Partners in Ministry, a presentation of Josiah White's Quakerdale Foundation, dedicated to growing ministry support networks, introducing people to a cause that connects with their heart, bringing hope and encouragement to our communities as we seek together to serve as Christ served.
Welcome to Partners in Ministry. I'm your host, Dan Smith, and today I'll be talking with Mindy Hadley. Mindy is the Executive Director of Quakerdale Business Services. In this interview, we're going to look at Mindy's personal, professional, and educational backgrounds, discover how she got connected to Quakerdale, and what led up to her becoming the Executive Director of Quakerdale Business Services. Welcome, Mindy, and thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for having me back.
In a previous interview, we talked a little bit about Quakerdale Business Services and got to learn about what you do and kind of how you came into existence. But we really never took the time to get to know you personally. So that's what we'd like to do today. So first of all, give us a little bit about your personal background and share with us maybe some of the key people in your life that have helped shape you to who you are today.
Sure. I grew up in Missouri and have two brothers, and my parents were really indulgent parents. They were all about us kids. So they were wonderful influences and taught us what hard work is like. I went to high school in Missouri and had really great friends that helped me with my faith life. They got me going to church with youth group and helping with Bible school. And then I went to college in Maryville, Missouri, and graduated from Northwest Missouri State.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your educational background. Obviously, you went to high school in Missouri and then college and following.
Yes. So college at Northwest Missouri State in Maryville, Missouri. I my degree is in speech communication, organizational communications. And with that degree, it's pretty broad. I was fortunate enough to work for Cargill, and I did internships for them in human resources. So throughout my college career, that's where I did all of my working internships. And it was very good for me because I learned so much at those jobs, how to deal with people and just what working life was going to be like.
Sure. Now, Missouri's not all that far from here, but it's still a long ways from Missouri to New Providence, Iowa.
Yeah.
How in the world did you get here, connected with Quakerdale? What's the story behind that?
So like I said, I was fortunate enough to work for Cargill, and I had really great bosses that encouraged me to learn the business. And so I was able to work in 3 different locations for them. Marshall, Missouri, Beardstown, Illinois, and then Ottumwa, Iowa was my final one. And like I said, human resources, where I was doing hiring and firing and discipline. And actually, my husband was a trainee there in Ottumwa, and I met him, and he is a farm guy through and through, and you can't move farmland. So we ended up here in New Providence, where their family farm is.
Okay. And then Quakerdale, how did you make that jump to Quakerdale? How did you find out about it? How did you get started with Quakerdale?
Well, I feel like God has really impressed on me relationships. And that is where you land most places, because you've had a relationship with someone or you know someone. Rob Talbot, the executive director of the foundation, he knew that I had a human resources background because we went to church together, and they were looking for a HR person here at Quakerdale. Back then it was, 2008, I think it was, a long time ago now. And he asked me to come in and fill in temporary part-time, because at that point we had young kids at home, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and be with them while they were young. So he asked if I would come in and help out till they found a new person. And then after that, he helped me with a strategic planning job. So I was able to stay here, but still work from home, work at home. And so what is it, 13 years later, I'm still here, even though I was supposed to be temporary part-time.
Sure.
I really feel like God's led me to be here this entire time, because there's lots of work to be done.
Yeah. As you look at the scope of the change in what's happened with Quakerdale and now the inception of Quakerdale Business Services, how do you see your personal, professional, and educational background preparing you to do this unique work as Executive Director of Quakerdale Business Services?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, Really, a lot of my jobs have been doing several different things. So I've got experience doing lots of different things. And I feel like our job now, um, we're helping businesses that are all different. So we have counseling businesses, we have a masonry business. Um, and so I think it's helped me be open minded and not just focus on, okay, we're doing accounting and this is what it's helped me learn how to be a broad minded and be able to help everyone with their businesses.
Sure. Now, just like Quakerdale Business Services is not just a business or an organization, it's also a ministry.
Right.
And ministries are driven by vision. As you kind of look towards the future, what kind of vision has God given you for Quakerdale Business Services?
Our vision, it's real, like I said earlier, is about relationships. We want our organizations to know that, they're not just another client, they're friends to us, they're family members to us. We really care what happens to their business. Like I said, I have kids at home, 3 kids. And if I'm going to be away from them, I want to be doing something that is worthwhile and helpful to other people. Um, and I really feel like God is calling us to help in ways that other organizations can't. We have the faith, peace, and we can share our faith with God and not feel guilty about it and be open and upfront about it. And I really love that about working here.
Sure. Yeah. I know a lot of the businesses that I've been involved with, they have a tendency to draw a line between personally getting involved with what's going on with people and just saying, well, that's not really something that we do. And one of the nice things I like about working with you and Quaker Business Services is that we're a part of a community.
Mhm.
And I think the small businesses and the people that you're working with, I think also appreciate the fact, like you talked about relationships, that this is about doing life together. And we bring this to the table to help you with what you're doing rather than the bottom line or a nonprofit or what's going on. And I think that fits much better in the rural community, don't you?
Yes, doing life together is a good way to put it because we really partner with our organizations and do as much as we possibly can for them.
Sure. The other nice thing that brings to the table is that as there's been several times with either you or Jess, I'm not really just sure where to go or where to get an answer. What's nice to know is that, I'll talk to Mindy or Jess about it and see what they say. And if you don't know it, chances are you probably know who does, or
Right?
you'll
Yes.
do the work to find it out. And I tell you what, that is just so, when you're working in a small setting where you've got tons of things that are on your shoulders anyway, it's nice to know that when you talk to somebody and that they're really going to help. I mean,
Mhm.
I could basically write that one off and know that I'll get a good answer one way or the other from that. And, you just feel like, I'm not quite so alone.
Yeah, that's how we want people to feel. They're not alone. There's somebody that they can call, even if it's just like, hey, I just need to talk this through. We're here for that. Really, we want our organizations to know that we're here no matter what for them.
Sure. So to summarize this, guys, and the reason why I'm so excited to do this interview with Mindy, the one that we've already done with Jess, is that remember that Quaker Business Services is a ministry. What they're doing is they're using their skills in administration to help you either personally in your personal business or in your ministry or your nonprofit handle the logistical parts about doing business. But they're also there to support you, to encourage you, and to help you in any other way that they can. And that's the distinction of anything that has to do with Quakerdale or Quaker Business Services. So I hope this gives you an insight a little bit into Mindy, into Jess, and that if you check them out and see how they might be able to really help what you're doing. So Mindy, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.
And thank you for all that you're doing for Quakerdale and so many other people. I just really appreciate it. If you've got any questions for Mindy, or if you'd like to learn more about Quakerdale Business Services, you can see their contact information here on the screen. You can also find it in the show notes for this episode on our website, or you can find it in the description of this YouTube video. On behalf of Mindy Hadley and Partners in Ministry, I want to thank you for joining me today. And until next time, let's get out there and serve as Christ serves.
This has been a presentation of Partners in Ministry. a podcast of Josiah White's Quakerdale Foundation. To learn more and see the show notes for this and other episodes, visit our website. To stay informed of up and coming broadcasts, subscribe to our e-newsletter. To invest in our mission, donate today.